The Baseball Yaku segment với Kim Jang-jun.
Shohei Ohtani's unprecedented dominance of the Major League Baseball MVP award has fundamentally altered how we perceive singular achievement in professional sports.
Last year, Ohtani secured what the record books now show as his fourth most valuable player award.
Shedar. When comparing total MVP counts, Barry Bonds leads with 7, though 4 of those came during the infamous steroid era, which remains the primary reason he is kept out of the Hall of Fame.
Ohtani's 4 awards place him second overall, ahead of a crowded field of 11 players, including Judge, Trout, Pujols, A-Rod, Musial, and Mantle, who share third place with 3 apiece.
However, the truly staggering element of Ohtani's feat is not merely the quantity, but the quality. All 4 of his MVP campaigns were secured by unanimous vote.
This is not just an MLB record. It is unique across the entire landscape of the Big 4 North American sports: Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL.
No other player in the history of these leagues has ever achieved the distinction of being a unanimous MVP more than once.
Scadar. To put this into perspective, the NBA has only seen one single player ever win the award unanimously, Stephen Curry. In the NFL, both Tom Brady and Lamar Jackson have achieved it just once.
Jackson narrowly missed his second unanimous nod in the 2023 season, falling short by a single vote. The NHL, meanwhile, has witnessed the monumental 9-time MVP Wayne Gretzky and modern superstar Connor McDavid each claim a single unanimous award.
McDavid, like Jackson, missed his opportunity for a second unanimous win by the narrowest margin, a single ballot. This feat is made even more shocking by the nature of the Major League voting process. While the other 3 major sports consolidate their voting to name a single league-wide MVP, MLB maintains separate awards for the American League and the National League, meaning that 15 teams vie for one MVP in each league, compared to 30 or 32 teams vying for a single MVP in the others. Furthermore, the size of the electorate differs drastically. In MLB, the panel consists of 30 voters, 2 from each franchise city.
The NFL, NBA, and NHL employ significantly larger voting bodies, making a consensus even more challenging to achieve. For instance, Curry received every first-place vote from a panel of 131. Brady and Jackson secured around 50 votes in the NFL, while Gretzky received 63 and McDavid received 100 in the NHL.
Scadar. Despite these differences, which theoretically should make unanimity easier in MLB, Ohtani's record remains untouched.
Shedar. While 21 different players in MLB history have achieved a single unanimous MVP, only Ohtani has done it multiple times, now 4 times.
Scadar. Có thể lựa cách những specific seasons để hiểu được sheer scope of his accomplishments. Ohtani's first unanimous MVP came in 2021, a season where he hit 46 home runs, drove in 100 RBIs, and simultaneously pitched 130 innings, striking out 156 batters. Even Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Shedar, his closest competitor that year, was visibly shaken after the voting results, having stated repeatedly that Ohtani deserved the award, yet still feeling stung that he himself received 0 first-place votes.
In 2023, Ohtani secured his second unanimous MVP, leading the league in home runs for the first time với 44, driving in 95 và pitching 132 innings với 167 strikeout. The runner-up, Corey Seager,
received not a single first-place vote. The 2024 season presented the greatest test of his value. Recovering from elbow surgery, Ohtani was unable to perform his two-way duties, playing exclusively as a designated hitter.
Yet, he became the first DH in history to achieve the rare 50-50 milestone and, astonishingly, still secured his third unanimous MVP award. Francisco Lindor finished second. Ohtani's fourth unanimous victory followed, securing the award in a year where he hit 55 home runs and drove in 102 RBIs. While on the mound, he pitched 47 innings with 62 strikeouts.
Kyle Schwarber and Juan Soto finished second and third, neither successfully claiming a single first-place vote from Ohtani.
The reason for this sustained, overwhelming support lies in the sheer, almost unimaginable difficulty of the two-way commitment. It is, in baseball terms, the equivalent of everyone else attempting the triple axel in figure skating, while Ohtani effortlessly executes the quadruple axel.
The two-way contribution provides an astronomical bonus value that renders traditional metrics insufficient.
Shedar, for anyone to defeat Ohtani in a season where he executes a successful two-way campaign, a hitter or pitcher would have to produce absolutely dominant, generational statistics that eclipse his combined contribution.
In contrast, Aaron Judge's MVP experiences have been fraught with drama. Judge's 2017 campaign, featuring 52 home runs, resulted in a loss to Jose Altuve, who claimed 27 first-place votes to Judge's 2.
At that time, the baseball press held Altuve in immense reverence. Judge finally secured his first MVP in 2022, but he had to overcome the single biggest challenge, Ohtani himself. While Judge hit a then-record 62 home runs, Ohtani achieved the unprecedented feat of qualifying as both a pitcher and a hitter under the new rule set.
Many argue Ohtani's 2022 season, 15 wins, a 2.33 ERA, 34 home runs, 95 RBIs, was his best two-way campaign.
However, the writers prioritized Judge's historic home run chase, making 2022 the only season where Ohtani and Judge faced each other directly and Judge prevailed.
In 2024, after Ohtani departed for the National League, Judge secured his second MVP and his first unanimous victory in the American League, overcoming Bobby Witt Jr., who had a brilliant season at shortstop.
Judge's dominance continued last year when he claimed his third MVP, narrowly defeating Salvador Perez, who managed to hit 60 home runs as a catcher. Judge won with 17 first-place votes to Perez's 13.
Had just two voters switched their allegiance from Judge to Perez, they would have been tied for the award. Bobby Witt Jr. Shedar, finishing second in 2024 and fourth last year, remains a strong contender to potentially break the Ohtani-Judge monopoly. Witt Jr.
Shedar's defense has improved, and adjustments to the fences at Kauffman Stadium could dramatically boost his offensive production, offering him a path to his first MVP.
Looking ahead, Ohtani is set to return to a full-time two-way role for the first time in 3 years, starting his season at the World Baseball Classic, mirroring his successful 2023 path.
Shedar, the baseball world watches eagerly. They see if Ohtani can secure his fifth MVP and his fifth unanimous MVP.
Simultaneously, attention is focused on whether Judge can fend off fierce competition to become only the third player in MLB history to win the award 4 times.
Meanwhile, news broke regarding Yu Darvish, who has reportedly been discussing the voiding of his remaining contract with the Padres. Darvish publicly stated that, while he is leaning toward contract cancellation, details remain unresolved, and he has not yet announced his retirement. He is currently focused on elbow rehabilitation and intends to attempt a return.
However, he confirmed that if he reaches a point where he believes a successful return is impossible, he will announce his retirement at that time.
Shohei. The Padres offered Darvish a long 6-year contract extending until his age 41 season, driven partly by a desire to lower their average annual salary. Now, $46 million over 3 years remains on the deal.
It is highly likely that Darvish will make a decision later this season, following his rehabilitation progress. If he chooses retirement, he would likely forfeit the remaining 2 years and $30 million.
Shohei. Darvish previously told Padres owner A.J. Preller that he would cancel the remainder of his contract if he felt he could no longer be competitive. If the 115-win veteran cannot return, the pursuit of Chan-Ho Park's 124 wins and Hideo Nomo's 123 wins by an Asian pitcher will be delayed once again.
Currently, Yoshinobu Yamamoto sits at 19 career wins following his 26-year-old season.
In other bullpen news, Craig Kimbrell has signed a minor league contract with the Mets, including an invitation to spring training and a $2.5 million salary if he makes the roster.
Kimbrell, once one of the dominant closers of the 2010s alongside Kenley Jansen and Aroldis Chapman, is fighting for the last spot in the bullpen.
While Jansen and Chapman continue to thrive, Kimbrell failed to secure a single save last season.
Shohei, followed by his brief return to the Braves, followed by his release due to poor minor league performance, and a stint with the Astros where his velocity dropped significantly.
Kimbrell currently sits 5th all-time in saves with 440, chasing Jansen's 476, while Chapman is 12th with 367. Only 8 400-save pitchers, including Billy Wagner, have made the Hall of Fame.
Finally, Giants pitcher Logan Webb offered a candid critique of the team's conservative offseason moves, stating, "It's not fun to watch the team that beat us often last year sign good players." Schetter, who signed a 5-year, $90 million extension beginning this season, has every right to voice his frustration, especially considering the Giants spent only $35 million in the free agent market compared to their rivals.
That concludes today's report. This has been Baseball Yaku with Kim Young-jun.